dearest brothers and sisters, BNS spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting in Matadi. English is helping a great number of persons knowing about more things in English. English is the one place that you can find persons debated, exchanging things related, English. What we have to do, just one answer, is just to stay in touch. Each Tuesday it's 5:30 p.m. and on Friday it's 8:00 a.m. Just it's H television with DM Yala. Yes, thanks my engineer, thanks my soldier, Jonathan Mwanda. Again, peace to matter for this nice parts. We want just to begin and try to speak about and explaining about what we have planned today. But first, going to wish and greet all guys, people spread out of Matadi, even in the national, that you have got this amazing time watching us with these nice parts named English. It is merely your English broadcasting in Matadi, Congo Central. Maybe you have got this great time watching us wherever place. I'm very happy to know that you are a lot, watching us. So I do thank you too much from United States, China, and Sudan, and the like all guys. I'm South Africa. I'm very happy to know that you are together with us with these nice parts English. So I'm very happy to stand this amazing show with my guest. My guest is Mr. Yang Tsabu. Mr. Yang Tsabu is a junior lecturer from Ilimat. Again, Ilimat, with him, we want just to talk about this daily subject, the impacts of the international trade in the country, the impacts of international trades in country. So this is our subject for today. Let me just directly greeting my guest, Mr. Yan.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Miragad.
Yeah, I'm very happy, to be again with you today.
Yeah, the same to me. It is the same feeling. I'm very happy to be each day, each opportunity I got to be with you. It is a pleasure for me.
Yes, after spending, a couple of time without being together, today we're so happy to talk about these great subjects based on, based on international trades. It's your feed,
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, it is my field. At university, have major in international relationship. So international trade, it is one of the specialty, which is in international relationship. So I have majored it. It is my specialty. That's why I have said it will be important for us, for me again, to come up with a topic in order to kick lingo to talk about it. Perhaps during our topic, we'll have to give some key point to make it clear in order to let me to our viewer what does it mean exactly international trade.
I think that's you are so clear. So I'm very happy to notice that with I'm with my guest, Mr. Yan Sabu. It is a junior lecturer, what we call in French assistant from Ilimat. With him we are trying to comments and make some clarifications based on these subjects in additional trade in these moments that our economy, is shaked. So, sick way. So it's better to try, talking about this subject.
Yeah.
Why first these subjects?
Okay, today it is very important to talk about it because talking about the country, talking about state, it is an activity, international trade. It is one of economic activity which could help in most of country to increase their economy, okay, to increase their wealth. That's why today you will see more and more countries try to be together in
Yes.
order to make trade together, in order perhaps together they will increase the economy. That's why I have said it will be important today. It is very important to talk about international trade because it is through that activity many people or many countries could increase or to make grow their economy. Yeah,
That can be today the case of DRC.
yeah,
With today we have seen Vital Kamerhe is fighting just to
yeah.
change
Like
the
economic
economy. You know what
ministry.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I have seen most of persons were great when they have listened about the publishment of Vital Kamerhe
yeah,
as coming back as a
yeah,
minister.
yeah, yeah.
So this news, how you
No, I
say?
don't know. I don't know what is exactly his policy, his economic policy, but has an economic ministry. It will be important to know. It is for he's working for
Mhm.
two kind of activity: intern or inside the economy, local economy, and international economy. So
Yes.
me today we're gonna talk about international
Yeah.
economy, international trade. Okay,
Yes.
so it will be important for him again has a ministry, economic ministry, to exert such activity more and more. Okay, because it will help our country to go high, to increase our economy, to increase our welfare, to increase to participate in international trade, to participate in international economic activity.
Yes.
That thing will put our country in a high level. Yeah.
We are talking today about. I'm very happy to come back with all guys people spread out of Matadi. I want to come back even. So we're so happy to know that most of guys people spreads. We are talking today just in Matadi DRC about this amazing subject based on the impacts of international trades. So are you sure that these aspects, these subjects can be take place today in our country?
Of course,
When we are talking about international trade.
of course, it is very important. It is the I'm gonna say the most important activity in the country. For each country over the world,
Yes.
international trade, it is the first, I'm gonna say, the first activity which could lead that country in high level, which could lead the country, which could increase his economy. It is like that. Because if you try to exert economic international trade, in international trade, you will have to gain a lot of money, which could help you to do many things inside the country. Okay, perhaps we're gonna talk during our debate. We're
Yeah.
gonna go deeply to give the meaning of international trade, the advantage, things like that. But all thing we wanna know right now, it is the international trade. It is the most important activity in the country.
Let's now open. I'm very happy when I'm listening this. My guest. So it is his field. The guy is feeling it is while debating and commenting based on this subject. So try to open now about this daily subject based on international trade.
Okay.
First, a lot of persons they want to master first. What does it mean? When you are talking about international
Trade.
trade.
Okay. Yeah, trade has usually trade. It is a fact of selling, of buying thing.
Okay.
Okay, it is a trade. You go perhaps in the market in order to sell something, to sell good, perhaps in order to buy good. It is a sale. It is a trade. But we got again the concept international. International means that something which is passing the border. You go overseas,
Okay.
okay? You go through your country. You go perhaps in a foreign country
Yes.
in order to do something. It is an international act in
Okay.
order to go, in order to pass your border, thing like that. So when you're talking about international trade, it is a fact of selling or buying thing in
Yeah.
in the foreign
I,
country.
I want just to be in focus about what you are expecting to speak about. Selling goods
Yeah.
and buying goods. So we got goods and service that we
So,
can
yeah, yeah,
we,
no,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can
You
we can
right, you
share.
right,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
In
But
international,
for former time,
no,
lastly
I have,
we had a
no,
subject talking about. You know what I'm saying?
have started to give the meaning, but I know
Yeah.
that when I'm gonna go deeply in the topic, I'm gonna give more detail about more detail about it, because when we talk about international trade, it doesn't mean like you buying or selling goods. There are again service, okay?
Okay.
There are again raw material.
Okay.
Okay, in French perhaps it means raw material, matière brute. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you could go to buy it or to sell it in the foreign market, perhaps in international market, thing like that. So when you talk about international trade, we're talking about the fact of selling or buying thing in the foreign market.
Last show, I was with another guest that was Mr. Blaise Polisango. We were talking about agriculture. That was our last subject. So when I've listened to you correctly, I was very happy saying that international trade is based on goods. Let's first focus on goods.
Good.
So when we see at Mayombe, Lukula, Chela nowadays, and our villages, they don't have roads for just making publishments of different goods or products they have.
Okay.
Can we talk about these aspects?
Okay, that's why you have.
Yeah, come on. We know each other. You know what I'm saying?
A good point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
a good point, because the first fact of international trade, it is selling or buying goods.
Yes.
Primary, the first activity, it is the fact of buying and selling goods. So when we talk about goods, it means like material thing,
Yes.
such as something to eat. Perhaps I'm gonna say, for instance, banana. Perhaps we're gonna say oil, thing
Yes.
like that. We're gonna say
Vegetables.
most vegetable thing we can eat.
Yes.
Okay, it is like that. That's why in a country, if you want to exert well international trade, it is very important for each country to exert perhaps agricultural policy. Agricultural policy, it is a policy which means that you have to grow something, to grow foods, and after growing, you will have perhaps to sell, and that's food. You will have to sell it abroad. But firstly, you have to exert an agricultural policy.
Okay.
That's why we talk about Mayombe, Lukula, things like that, because we're quoting, okay, we're quoting that village, because in over there they have to grow up things.
But if those aspects, which are considered as the base on what we are talking today,
Okay.
are neglected, so I think that we can't talk about international. Doesn't have sense. You know what I'm saying?
We can't.
Yeah, those
no,
aspects
no.
has got a problem.
No,
Yeah.
isn't a problem.
As far as we are neglecting all aspects that can produce, different elements,
If you want
villages.
to talk about international trade,
Yeah.
has definition, have say, it is a fact of selling or buying. But if you want to sell, you must have something to sell. Okay, you can't go in international market without something to sell. You must have, firstly, you must
DRC.
have something
Let's
to
talk
sell.
about DRC.
DSC.
What can we sell nowadays as a
Okay,
goods?
thank you for your question. First of all, that's what I have said. If you want to sell something in international market,
Yes.
if you want to contribute in international trade over the world, we have to get something to sell, like something to eat. That's why I've said it is very
Have we
important
got
to have something to eat.
Anybody else?
Yeah,
Have we
that's
got
why it is very important for us to exert an agricultural policy. Through that policy, we're gonna get something. Okay? And apart from that, some raw material. We can go overseas, we can go in a foreign in order to sell it. Like I'm gonna quote like a diamond, copper, thing like that, coltan, thing like that. It is such raw material we got in our country which could help us to exert international trade, to go overseas, to go in the foreign market in order to sell it. Yeah.
Yeah, to sell it. I think that you are
But
defender.
apart from
You are
sell it,
defender,
apart from sell it,
Come on, man.
we got again,
Yes.
we could buy.
Yes.
International trade doesn't mean to sell. But in other way, you could buy again. That's why the good term is import. When you go overseas in order to buy the good belonging to another country, In this time, you exerting that word, that concept which is called the import. You making importation because you go overseas, you take the good and you come inside your country. But if you put your goods, your service, you go overseas in order to sell it, you make that is called the exportation.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. We are talking about goods. I think that all villages people are watching us right now. They are very happy. At that time, they've got the defender, Mr. Yan, and all authorities in this province, Congo Central, are watching us. We are
So
so happy. So
briefly,
yeah,
briefly,
we get
briefly,
it.
gonna say
Yeah.
briefly. So in international trade, we got the both activities. We got importation and exportation. That is the both activities which make, or I'm gonna say which form the international trade,
Imports and exports.
import and export.
I get you. So let me just come back first to see my, this guy named Jonathan Mwanda. We want to take these parts. Is called lesson one based on what we are. It's the first part of this show we used to present. That can be a short part of lesson. So all learners from OREB school, a bilingual school in Matadi, Congo Central, all learners, teachers, parents would like these parts, even out of abroad. Let's take your notes and your biro, pen that you're gonna learn this lesson based on the use of to and enough with this teacher. Let's be back after lesson one.
Little useful words correctly in English sentences. To and enough. Both of these words indicate a degree. They give us more information about an adjective or an adverb or a noun. I'm too hungry to concentrate. So here, to means that it is more than what is wanted or what is needed. So it's usually a negative thing. You are more hungry than you want to be. This is really frustrating for you because you can't concentrate. I'm too hungry to concentrate. You're good enough to start a conversation in English. So here, enough tells us that it is the amount that we want or we need. It's the right amount. And this is a positive thing. You have what is needed. You are good enough. You're not good enough. Ouch! That is really mean. Not enough means that it is less than the amount that you want or you need. It's a really negative thing. It's a pretty mean thing to say. You're not good enough. So let's look at the structures for each of these words with adjectives and adverbs first. So to comes before an adjective or an adverb. He's driving too fast. You're speaking too quickly for me. He's too old to drive. Remember that using to with an adjective or an adverb usually suggests that it's a negative thing. It's more than what is wanted or needed. So it's not correct to say that the movie was too good when you really enjoyed it. It's also not correct to say that your friend is too funny. It sounds really strange to native English speakers because it suggests that it's more than what you want or what you need it to be. Use really or very or so instead. Your friend is so funny. The movie was really good. That sounds better. There are some exceptions to this though, when you're speaking colloquially, especially in Australia where I'm from. Like, for example, if someone asked me, "How are you?" I'd probably say, "Not too bad." This is really common in Australia and it means good, but that's an exception. Okay, what about enough? Enough comes after the adjective or the adverb. I'm strong enough to lift these boxes. It's warm enough to go for a swim. He's entertaining enough to perform on stage. You're here often enough, you might as well live here. Now, what about when enough is used in a negative sentence? Enough comes after the adjective or the adverb, but not comes before. I'm not strong enough to lift those boxes. And this has the same meaning as I'm too weak. It's not warm enough to go for a swim, which means it's too cold. You can also use to and enough with nouns. Use to with much or many and a noun. So again, this means that we have more of the noun than we want or we need. You would choose many if the noun was countable, and you would choose much if the noun was uncountable. There are too many people here. Paul has too much furniture in this room. I've got too many options, I can't decide. You can never give too much advice. Now, if you're not sure about which nouns are countable and which are uncountable, you should check out this lesson right here because I'll explain it for you there. So what about enough? Well, with a noun, enough comes before the noun. Again, this means that we have the right amount, the amount that we want and that we need. I have enough time. There are enough seats in the car. You should come. We have enough money. Let's buy it. And to make these sentences negative, we add not, usually before the main verb. I haven't got enough time. She didn't earn enough money. We haven't made enough food. There aren't enough people here. The be verb is a bit of an exception here to the rule. The structure is a little different. When the be verb is the main verb, then not comes after the main verb. So these handy little words will definitely help you to express yourself more clearly in English, and now you know exactly how to use them correctly. Make sure you practice them. Write some examples if you want. Add them in the comments below. Remember that to means that it's more than the necessary amount. Enough is the necessary amount. It's the exact amount. And not enough is less than the necessary amount. And if you've managed to make it through this lesson all the way till the end, then you are going to get a special reward because you're about to find out how you can get English courses for under $5. Now, on Monday, the 27th of November, yes, that's soon, you are going to be able to buy all English courses on the English website for under $5. Now, they have never been that low, ever. So I want you to make the most of it. If you can, go to the website and check it out on Monday, the 27th of November. Practice using my imitation lessons to improve your pronunciation and your English expression when you're speaking. They're all available at huge discounts only on Monday, so don't miss out. And now check out that lesson right there and practice using enough and to with the adjectives that I teach in that lesson. Or if you want to try something else, check out that playlist right there. Keep practicing.
Thanks, my engineer. Thanks, this guy, Jonathan Mwanda. Again, P2 Smarter for this amazing work that we are doing together. I'm very happy. Let me just come back to remind all guys people spread the international now ORF channel is international channel based on Congo Central Matadi. We're so happy to know that a lot of persons spread out of DRC are watching us, have seen people from Brazzaville have sent the messages. We're so happy for this. That's showing that you're so happy for watching us in this moment. So we're so glad, and we come back. We are talking about the impact of international trade in the country. So it is our daily subject based on. So I'm now alone. I'm with I was dealing with my guest, Mr. Yann Sabou. It is a junior lecturer en français assistant. With him, we are trying to talk about this subject based on it. So Yann, we come back with this subject. I was happy, at the time I was listening first about some clarification based on this subject given. So what authorities, governors, governments are watching us today? We have got our father Gibandu Tungini, so and all authorities of this province, Congo Central, even just in general, the country, the presidents and the like, what they have to do to make better these aspects in the national trade.
Okay, first of all, before going international trade, before going international market, before going in foreign market in order to sell or to buy, it will be important for our authority to know exactly what to do in a local effort, in a local economic. Okay, you have to go first of all. You have to set up a good policy, a good local economic policy. I'm gonna say when you say a good local economic policy, it means not thing like we have to set up things well in the country. I'm gonna give an example. If we got a good agricultural policy,
Yes.
we're gonna grow up things. We're gonna grow up food, and after grow up food, we're gonna get more food. And by having more food, we will have the possibility to go overseas in order to buy to sell it abroad. I'm gonna say another aspect. Talking about raw material. If we got the raw material, it will be important for us to make it transform, okay? To get it transformed, to change it.
Okay.
When you get a raw material
Something
is
to
something you
get
deal with
to,
more.
yeah. I want just to complete. That means we are going to get the final products.
The final product,
Yes, the
okay?
final product.
We have, because in our country, what is the fact? In our country, if we got perhaps now we got a raw material, we have to change it perhaps in a semi-final product.
Yes.
Okay, a semi-final product, and in this time we go overseas we need to buy it. In this time, that fact could need to give us a lot of money. So it is important for us to give in a factory, a good factory, a good industry. We could help our country to transform our raw material in final product.
I'm very happy, when you are talking about industry.
Yeah.
So it is a problem today. We don't have even
Yeah, it is
just,
a continental
a big
problem.
country
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
We
it is
are
an African
facing
problem.
Yes.
In African continent, most of our country, we don't have the possibility. We don't have factories or industry which could help us to transform a thing from raw material in finished product finish. Okay, thing like that. The fact is, we get the raw material and we try to transform it in semi-final product. In this time, it is good because it will help us to go overseas in order to
We
do
got,
what we want.
yes.
But we don't profit about it. We don't profit about our raw material because we will have to sell it in a low price.
Yes.
But if we got factories
Yes.
which could help us to transform from raw material in finished product, in this time we'll go overseas and to sell it in a high price. And
I,
in this
I
time,
like that,
we'll gain a lot of.
these aspects. I think that all authorities
It is a
from
local
from
politic
Kinshasa and
economic. Yeah.
all just governments, Sama Lukunde. I think that all ministers are watching us in these moments. We are buying event sheets
Yeah.
in DRC today. We are buying even just copybook.
Copybook. Yeah.
We got woods, on a des bois.
Okay.
You know, all things that we have got
Yeah,
in
it is
this
a fact.
country.
It is a fact.
It's a problem today. You
It
know,
is a
we
problem.
we are unable to
It is
produce
a problem. It is a
even
problem.
just sheets. You know what I'm saying? Sheets unable.
It is
It's
a
a
problem.
problem.
It is a problem. It is. That's what I have to say. It is a local policy, a local economic policy. When we talk about international trade, we talk about both activities, exportation and importation. But it will be bad for us if we exact much, if we use more importation. That's why you say we buying even a little thing, even a small thing, but you buy it
We can
like a
produce.
pen,
Yeah,
like
yes.
proper sheet, thing like that, like cookies, thing like that, like sugar. We're buying most of it. Okay, it is bad for us.
It's a shame.
Normally,
It's a shame.
it is a shame.
A shame,
It is
yeah.
a shame. It is
Yeah.
a shame. It is a flop. It is a flop again. Normally, we have to export a lot
Yes.
and to import less.
Okay.
In this time, when we export a lot,
But we don't have something to export.
no,
That is
we
the problem
got
to export,
we got
you know what
many
I'm saying?
things to export,
It's a
but
problem.
we got many things to export, but in a bad quality.
Okay.
In a bad quality. Okay, that's why I have said it will be important to perform that our goods, to change our good in a finished product. In this time, it will be in a better quality.
Yes.
And when we go overseas, we will sell it in a high price. In this time, we gain a lot of money. But in this way, in the reality, like nowadays it is, we got many things to buy, to sell, but in what quality? In a bad or perhaps average quality. In this time, it will be a bit difficult for us to sell it in a good price and to gain much money.
What to do? I think that's it's a problem. Authorities and all partners in the nation and the Congolese from you are outside the country, you are from France, England, you are watching us, you are a Congolese, you know what I'm saying? So we want you just to come back and trying to give us about what we are talking today to raise up the country. DRC himself as a president, Felix can't do something better by himself. We want, everybody to come here and to give hands in order to support what we are doing today. So it means, we have to work together
Yeah.
first. So to try managing things,
Managing
to
things.
take care about all aspects,
Okay.
because international trade is not merely based on,
Yeah,
goods, also
Goods,
service.
service,
You know what I'm saying?
technology.
Yeah.
Okay, we could sell technology. We could sell
Which one?
like salad.
You are dreaming of what?
No,
Yeah,
I'm, telling,
come on, man.
I'm taking you the truth. Okay, in international trade, you could sell goods. You could sell money. Okay, capital. You could sell technology.
Okay.
I'm gonna say something like Orange Telecommunication Society.
Okay.
Okay, it is a technology society.
Okay.
It is a French technology society. They try to sell us. They came, in our country, inside the country, in order to sell out the service which is the service of telecommunication. Telecommunication.
Can't we do it ourselves?
We could
have
do
to
it
risk-
if we got
yeah.
first of all money. It requires money. We have to have money to get money in order to buy some material which would help us to set up things.
That can be possible.
It could be possible if we got the will, okay? If we got the will, if we got something like to do things in the right way, to don't stall it, to steal something public goods. It isn't good to steal the public money.
I think that you are right, but let's show people in the world that to know why do international trades is very important today. Let's show people, general people,
Yeah.
all of guys, people, trades abroad to master Why do
Yeah.
this theme or subject seems
Is
to be
important.
important?
Yeah. With international trade, it is very important because through that activity, a country could sell abroad. When a country export a lot, he will gain money. Okay? When a country gain more and more money, it will be a bit easy. It will be, I'm gonna say, easy for him to
Social
invest.
condition.
Yeah, to invest in the country.
Yes.
If you want to get money, because if you want to invest, you have to get money.
Yes.
Or I'm gonna say the only one way for getting a lot of money it is to sell abroad. It is to exert international trade. That's what I have said. First of all, for the country, if you want to invest, if you want to save in the bank, if you want to get a lot of money, you will have to export. You have to exert international trade to export a lot. The first
I got
important
win.
point of international
I
trade.
got opportunities.
Yeah,
I got strength. I'm a young people from university.
yeah.
I don't have a means. What can I, just sell abroad? Know what I'm saying? The
No.
guy is asking questions, so I don't have
No.
something important to
Okay,
say. You know what I'm saying?
don't go in this way. We're talking about content. We don't talk about we talk about a person.
Yeah.
If a person wants to go internationally, it is possible for a person again to go in the foreign country to exert international trade. But today, perhaps in another day, I'm gonna talk about a person. But today we talk about a country.
Focus on country.
Focus on the country.
Yes.
What a country could do.
DRC.
In which way a country could exert international trade in order to impact its economic.
Brief a bit.
Yeah,
Brief a bit.
Yeah.
So I want again just to come back. So this
Yeah,
is the way
okay.
that we are
Come
just
on.
trying to give hands to our President Felix. And all the government members, we so happy back on you about what you are doing. So we want just to this country DRC being changed. So I want to come back see my engineer, Jonathan Wanda, to take this second part based on their speech. So we want to see these short parts that can be theater movies, but today is a part of movie. So watching and come back, tell us what you have mastering in shorts. Jonathan, the speech.
Oh my goodness, Jonathan, I am so sorry to keep you waiting. There was like traffic on 43rd and then I had to stop and get gas. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope the guy in front of me was like taking forever to pop. I'm like, you're probably hungry and waiting.
I know. I was like, whoa, crazy. It's okay. It's all right.
You're probably so hungry. Did you get something to eat? Do you want an appetizer? Because I can get that or we can split it however you want to do.
Strike one.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you heard me. Strike one.
What do you mean strike one?
You're 30 minutes late. You didn't call or text or say, hey, I'm coming late, and my time is of the essence. I'm not fond of people wasting it.
You know what? My bad. I am so sorry. You're right. There's no excuse for being late. It's just that I tried on one dress and then it didn't fit. And then I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I should wear this. And
I didn't even notice that. Damn. Strike two.
how did I get a strike two when all I was trying to do was apologize for being late?
You don't even want to know. Just take the strike. Just take it.
No, excuse me. Please explain. How did I get a second strike? Not that the first one was warranted, but I mean,
You really want to know? Because you don't look a damn thing like your picture. That's why. Yeah. This is. Yeah. Nothing like the one that I saw. I mean, you look different.
I changed my hair, but it's still me.
No, it ain't you. It ain't you. Okay, I want the one in the picture. I saw somebody in the picture that I liked, and I was like, ooh, that's it right there. Yeah. I mean, she light skinned, she a little beige. I mean, maybe a little taupe, but I want her. That's the one I saw. The one I got in touch with, the one that I was exercising my muscle to. Yeah, that's who I want. Not this. I don't know what this is. Coming up in here. Hold on. Let me work. Okay, we're gonna give it a try. Just hold on. Stay there. Stay there. No. One more time. Nope. Still. I don't. What is this? What do you do? What is this?
You know what? Victoria was so right.
That's your friend? The one who tried to stop you from coming out the house looking like that?
No, actually, she tried to warn me that behind every sign is a mule.
Oh, you mean a damn bull?
No, I mean an ass.
You know something? I learned something too.
Oh, did you?
A picture is definitely not worth 1,000 words.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yes, and that's a good word. Just one though, not 1,000 of them. Hate to see you leave. Wait. What's your sign?
Aries.
Aries. Okay. Yeah, sit down. Man, this is what I'm talking about. This is more like it. What's your name?
Lisa.
It didn't used to be Bruce, did it? Oh, I just want to make sure we on the same page, Lisa. It's been that kind of a day.
Oh, I'm so sweet. What now, Bruce? I am not in the mood. I'm eating.
You mean by yourself?
Yes, I am.
Where are you?
I'm at home.
You have company?
I just told you I'm eating by myself.
Great. Well, how about I bring over some ice cream for dessert?
No.
Why not?
Bruce, really? We both know you're gonna come over empty-handed, and then... You know what? Thank you for the offer, but no thank you.
Damn, it's like that?
Yeah, it's like that.
It's Ben and Jerry's. Think about it.
Oh.
You know what? Jonathan was way out of line. I wish a man would try to clown me to my face.
Tell me about it. Talking about strike one, strike two. She should have struck his short ass.
The speech that was just a short part based on this short part of theater movie. Sorry, today you have mastering. I think some sentences based on different extent of people. That was American people. They were trying to talk about different subjects. So I think you have mastering that. So I want to come back to see my guest, Mr. Yan Sabu. So we are continuing with this daily subject based on the impact of international trade in the country. This is our daily subject based on. So Yan, let's now talk about some advantages and disadvantages of these subjects.
Okay, if you want to pick up some advantages for the international trade, you will have to exert more in exportation. Okay, if you exert that kind of activity, which is called exportation, you will gain more profit. You will get more benefit because you will gain a lot of money. Because with exportation, you will have to sell something abroad, to sell something in the foreign market, and by selling, you will gain a lot of money.
Yes.
And when you have a lot of money, perhaps it will help you to invest in your country, to fulfill your project,
Creates even a job
to create
opportunities.
job opportunity
Right.
again. And if you want to save it in the central bank, and in this time, if you got a lot of money, the central bank, and I'm gonna say the rate of dollar will decrease.
Yeah.
It is again a fact.
In that case, I'm very happy. So we are talking today. I was coming back about Vital Kamerhe was fighting to reduce
to
this,
decrease the rate of
come,
dollar.
to come back with,
That if you want
that
to,
can be possible.
if you want
Yes.
to make things in this way, he will have to exert international trade in order to sell a lot of things, to sell a lot of goods or material, to sell a lot of I'm gonna say goods, service in the foreign market, in the foreign country, and in this time he will gain a lot of money. And when he get a lot of money, he will have perhaps to save it in the central bank.
Yes.
And in this time, when the central bank gain a lot of money, when the central bank save a lot of money, a lot of I'm gonna say dollar,
Or
things like that,
currency.
because it it is an international market occurrence.
Yes.
In this time, the rate of dollar will decrease because we gather a lot in our central bank. It is one of aspect of international trade and one of advantages. Apart from that, when we exert exportation, we will invest.
Okay.
We will invest, create project, create and building perhaps some infrastructure, things like stadium, building
Lumumba Stadium.
Lumumba Stadium.
Unable.
It's required to get a lot of money.
It's not over. Up to now, we are
Yeah,
just
until now it is not
we are
over. We're looking money. We're looking perhaps investor. We could help us to building quickly, things like that. It is
That's
like
enough.
a deal.
Yeah.
It is one of international trade to make deal with foreign partner.
among solution is once we want to get profit of what we are talking today,
Yeah.
if we want to over finish with
Yeah.
these projects such as
Perhaps
Lumumba Stadium,
we have to
we have
get
to take
money.
care about
Yeah, well, we have
international trade.
international trade to get money.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have to get money, perhaps to go in the foreign country in order to set a deal with a partner, the foreign partner, which could help us
Yes.
to building, to make it over, to finish the work for the money. Perhaps we're gonna pay back in the future time. Yeah, things like that. But apart from that, when we use international trade, it will help us again, thing like that, for importation. When we
Yes.
use importation, another part of international trade, we will have something we don't have in the country.
Okay.
Perhaps I'll give you an example like such phone. We don't produce phone. We don't produce smartphone in the country. But with international trade, we go overseas in order to buy the product we don't produce in our country. Things like that. So the advantage with international trade is we're gonna get more money by using exportation, and by importation we will have the product we don't produce in our country.
We can bring new things as far
New
as
thing,
we got
we
phones,
could
we
use
got
products.
iPads.
Yeah.
So all our aspect that we can bring through.
That is
this
good.
among advantages.
Among advantages. Yeah,
You
we're
know.
gonna get again the thing we call the imported goods. Imported goods. This is a good we go to buy overseas. Okay, which could get it in our country. Apart from that, again, our we're gonna compete in international market. If we try to exert more and more exportation, we'll have able to compete with other countries, and more we'll have to compete. More and more we'll have to compete in other countries. We're gonna increase our quality of
Yes.
goods. By increasing the quality of our goods, we're gonna increase again our economic. Yeah, it's like that.
I think that you are feeling at ease in your films.
Yeah.
We have feel that
Yeah, you know
the
that.
guy was very happy to talking about talking about this subject based on international trade. So Mr. Yan is a junior lecturer. So we can't. You can just try to send us messages. Yan, we are step by step to over. Your last word for today based on these subjects.
Okay, yeah, that's what I have said previously at the beginning of our speech, our debate. It is very important to talk about international trade today because it is one way, it is the main way which could help a country to gain a lot of money. Because by gaining a lot of money, it will be able for us, it will be possible for us to fulfill our project,
Yes.
to invest, to create job opportunity inside the country. Okay.
Yes.
So if we want to gain a lot of money, the only one way it is to make international trade. So before making international trade, first of all, we have to get a good local policy,
Yes.
like agricultural policy, mining policy, thing like that. We must get a good factories, a good industry.
Yes.
Thing could help us to transform from raw material until finished product. In this time, we're gonna go overseas, we're gonna go in the foreign market in order to sell in a high price, thing like that.
They get you. I think that they have to arrange roads and sets on all things must be right in order to improve this country. DRC, you can greet even we can come back again. You know what I'm saying we didn't finish these subjects. Try to greet 2 or 4 persons.
Yeah, okay, I greet my parents, my mother, Babutane Hélène, my father, Mvozoro Marke, my fiancé, Sholomit Mabiala, and all English speaker in Matadi City agree to.
Thanks for those guys, people. I'm very happy as far as we are together today. So that was very happy to talk about this daily subject based on the impacts of international trades in the country. The case of DRC. So that was with my guest, Mr. Yan Zabu, a junior lecturer, assistant from Inimats. We talked together. So I'm going to express my thanks full to my boss, Rapi Kalulu. Again, Mami Solange Kalulu. I do greet my two soldier, Pitus Mata. Again, this guy, my soldier, Jonathan Mwanda, for this great work showing up. I do greet the twins, Chief Eme Talani, again, Prince Nzau, all guys, my biological family. And I've seen my mother, biological. Malunda Nzau Rebecca, I've seen this, my wife, Santish Pemba, again, my daughter, Gladness Yala, my pastor, Josue Kokomapota, again, Mami Piggy Mapota, all listeners, televiewer, Oreb School. So I greet you. So, Yan, we don't have time. That was a nice pleasure to be with you today.
Yeah, as usually, it is a pleasure for me to participate in your broadcasting, which is called Unleash, because Unleash, it is the greatest broadcasting in Matadi City, and I know that it is the last one. Perhaps in the future, again, you're gonna invite me, and I'm gonna be there in order to debate for any topic you would want. Yeah,
I get you. So thanks for all guys, people spread out of Matadi. That was a nice pleasure to stand this. Jonathan Mwanda, thanks for this, and be too smart. Let's meet next Tuesday, the back on Sunday, 8. God bless you. I, dearest brothers and sisters, BNS, spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting in Matadi. English is helping a great number of persons knowing about more things in English. English is the one place that you can find persons debated, exchanging things related, English. What we have to do, just one answer, is just to stay in touch. Each Tuesday it's 5:30 p.m. and on Friday it's 8:00 a.m. Just it's H television with DM Yala.
Oreb Télévision, la première chaîne Congo en international.